Hello, White Group Math. It's time for multiplying with 4. And we talked about multiplying as skip counting, multiplying as repeated addition, and multiplying as quickies or sets or arrays. So we've got 5 tools in our toolbox to use to multiply with 4. And we're going to use a couple of them today. It looks like I've got arrays. Looks like I've got some number lines for the addition, and then of course we'll do our helping table. So we're going to use a lot of different things today. So you'll need your page called Multiply with 4, and it looks like it's page 99. Wow, 100 pages in, looks like it's page 99. So go ahead and get that out for me, and we're going to start out with skip count by 4s and write the missing numbers. So might as well go ahead and put this on our helping table so that we don't have to do it again, because if we're doing by 4s, all of these problems are going to have to do with 4s, and if we write it up here now, you don't have to do any more math. You just have to look it up on the chart. So let's do that. So when we skip count by 4s, it's not hard. We get 4 little representations here, 4 dots. Skip counting by 4s. Of course, we know we're doing the 4s today. All right? And so we start. We go 1, 2, 3, 4. Write it down. 5, 6, 7, 8. Write it down. 9, 10, 11, 12. Write it down. 13, 14, 15, 16. Write it down. Okay. This is skip counting, and that is counting all the dots and writing them down. There are other ways to do this. I know my times table. I know my 4s times tables. If you know your 4s times tables, you're going to go 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times 4 is 16, 4 times 5 is 20, 4 times 6 is 24, 4 times 7 is 28. Okay? So you can use that if you know that. If you don't know that, we can do repeated addition. 28 plus 4, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Much the same as what is up here. And then let's go to the last one, because we've only got one more. 37, 38, 39, 40. Okay? And then I want to mark these so I know what they are. This is by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Congratulations, you're all done with math today. Sort of. You're all done figuring math in your head because you've made a helping table and you can use it to do the problems. Okay? That's why we make a helping table, and don't erase your helping table so you're done with the page, because you might need it. Your helping table should not be the same page that your work goes on. Your helping table can be your whiteboard. I use my whiteboard a lot. I'm using the sidebar here. You can use scratch paper. All kinds of things can be your helping table, but hold on to those while you finish the page, because they can be useful. And when we get into division, the hard division, hard, long division, yes, you definitely need your helping table. Okay, so here we go. So basically, if I've made my 4s times tables, I'm saying 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. What is 4 times 6 using my helping table? 4 times 6 is 24. Okay? Easy peasy. It's right there. I don't have to do any more math. That's how we use that. But this can also help us because we skip counted to find these answers. So it's all the same. It's the same answer. So I can go. What is the first answer if I'm skip counting by fours. If I skip count by fours, what's the first one? 4. So I know 4 is here. What would I do if I didn't know my first one? If I look and I went, I don't know what goes there, I would go to my second one, and they gave my second one to me. So I know all I have to do is fill in the rest. Okay, so I've got an 8 here. I've got 3 blanks before I get to 24. So what goes in here? 8, 12, 16, and 20. You see that? Okay, so 12, 16, and 20. And these right here, after 24, I know I'm right because I've got a 24 here. I can go on and fill in the last 4. Here they are. This one, this one, this one, and this one. That's what's going up in here. I'm going to let you do these right here. All right. And this one talks about repeated addition. This one looks a little tricky, but you can count the number of jumps. How many jumps do I have? 2 jumps. There's 2 spaces. How many did I jump each time? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I can go 4 jumps, 4 jumps, and 4 jumps gives me, what did I land on? 8. Or I can say 4 jumps done 2 times. If I have 4 jumps and 4 jumps, that's 8. If I have 4 cookies with 2 on each cookie, 1, 2, 3, 4 cookies, 2 on every cookie. What do I have? 8. Several different tools, it can help. And then the next tool we're going to use are arrays. So, and I will get the exact same answer. If you don't get the same answer, you know one of them is wrong and you need to go back and fix it. Okay? And 4 is 8. All right. Then my next one, I'm going to look at my jumps. It looks like I have a jump 4, 4, and 4. So in here I'm going to put 4, 4, and 4. How many does that equal? For 4 jumps, 3 times. I'll give you a little clue on that one. That one's going to take a little bit longer for you. So I'll have you fill in this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay, don't forget. You get to finish them all up. Okay? You're going to finish 1, you're going to finish 3. Okay, now we're to arrays, and we talked about arrays yesterday. And when I was looking at this paper on my video here, I can see what you can see when I look over here. It looks very tiny. So tiny it's hard to count. So what I did was I got a big piece of paper to help us out. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to draw this up here on this so that it will be easier for you to see. So hang on just a minute. It looks like we did 4 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, and how many down? Looks like they went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it looks like 4 across and 6 down. So now I'll go 6 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me show you how I'm working here. I did my 4 across and my 6 down, but don't start your 6 right here. It's 6 rows with 4 in them. So then I got to fill them all in. This one, this one, this one. This is a neat strategy. It'll give you the answer every single time. But it takes so long. See how much faster my helping table is? I know that I went 4 rows across and 6 down. 4 times 6 I already know the answer is 24. There's your tools. If you can do this fast tool, that's fast. Even faster is already knowing it in your head, and a little bit slower is using cookies or arrays. So if you need to use cookies or arrays, use them, and always practice so that you get faster and faster. The Cardroid math that you do at home, that's exactly what we do. The Mad Minutes, it's exactly what we do. We get faster and faster. So here's what my array looks like. And it looks like I've got a number right up top here. And that number is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 goes up there. And then my side label is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can say 4 times 6 equals what? We were right because we already did this and we did it much faster than an array. But it's okay if you need to use an array. It's always good to have an extra tool. Okay? So we look down here and we go 4 times 6. So 6. There it is. Right there. Is 24. Okay? I'll let you do this one and this one on your own. I'm going to do this one and this one. And then we're going to jump down to this one. But in looking at it, it looks like they didn't finish it. So I'll have to do one, or I'll let you pick any one you want. We'll work in this. So let's start with this one. It says 4 times 8. So I need to go 4 up here and 8 over here. And then I'm the one that needs to put the dots in here. And these are very teeny tiny. So let me show you what I'm going to do here on this square. I'm going to do, let me show it on this. This square is right here. Here. I'll make it even easier. We don't want to get confused. There. Okay. So I'm going to go 4 in my top row. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I need 8 of those rows. So now I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do you see that? It's hard to see there. And then I need to fill these in. It takes a long time. Arrays are nice. They really show you what's going on. I can use a helping table or some cookies. I always like cookies. It's going to be a little easier. Okay, so this is what your array will look like right here. Okay, I'll let you fill it in because this is so tiny. You're going to need to really use your pencil and mark that through. But this is what it will look like when you're done. Okay, and then we're going to find 4 times 8. Cake. 4 times 8 is right, 32. 32 is my answer. Okay, now this is getting us ready. You'll see something a little bit different here. See this problem? This is a vertical problem, and these problems are horizontal. You need to be able to do both in math. We start out with horizontal problems because it's easier to picture that in your head, okay? But as you get older, you need to move into the vertical problems because remember we've been working with place values and grids. It gets tricky. When you start to multiply numbers, if you don't have them vertically, you can't multiply them. There are too many numbers in there and you lose your place too easily. So as a mathematician, you need to be able to switch those up and use both. You are moving away from the horizontal to the vertical. Here you are. This one, student choice. Well, let's do one. Let's pick 4 times, I don't know. Let's go 4 times 6. So I'm going to write your problem here. 4 times 6. Your job is going to be to put it here, 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 and here in your array. Okay? So this one is going to be yours. So I need to finish this one. Okay? Now, we've got a word problem. You know what to do on word problems. You read the whole word problem, find the math question, you circle the math word, and then you fill in your number sentence, and then you fill in your information, and you solve your problem. So let's see what we've got today. It says, Jackson memorized Bible verses for 7 days. He memorized 4 verses every day. How many verses did he memorize? Well, we've been working on repeated addition, but look how many blanks there are when we do this. This doesn't look like we have that many options. So let's think that we're going to do multiplication today instead of addition. Okay? So let's find the math question. Here's the question mark. You go all the way up to the capital letter. There it is. How many verses did he memorize? And that is going to be a multiplication question. Multiplication, because how many can be addition or multiplication. Okay? So we're doing multiplication today, so you know that's multiplication. This is always going to be equal. No problem. All we have to do is fill in our information. So he memorized Bible verses for 7 days. There's my first number. And he memorized 4 verses every day. 7 times 4, my chart. Snap, what's the answer? 4 times 7, there it is, 28. So here you need to write it. He memorized 28 hot dogs? No, 28 verses. There's the word, verses right there. V-E-R-S. 28 verses. Please make sure you label that. Your math teachers will thank you when you make the labels on it. Okay, so all I need to do now, I've got a little picture here that's asking me to represent it in an array, because that's what I've got right here. No problem, I can do this easy. I have 7 at the top and 4 over here. Or we can mix those numbers up. Remember, you put the 4 up top and the 7 down here, no problem at all, because that is the commutative property of multiplication. So we can switch those numbers. So, and I'm almost out of spaces on my grid. Let's see if we can get one more in here. Bet we can. I'll bet we can. And we've chosen to do 7 up top and 4 down the side. But we could have just as easily done 4 up top and 7 on the side, because it's the same number according to the what property? Yes, sir. Commutative property. And ma'am. Miss Tisley is in there too. Commutative property of multiplication. Okay, so I'm going to go 7 across the top, and I'll show you here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's my 7 across the top. And then I need to go 4 down, but I'm already going to count this one. I've already got a 1. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. See it? That's what it's going to look like, and then you need to fill in your circles. There's a little bit of grid coloring today. I did a one of those adult coloring books. It's a color by number. And it was all triangles. The whole page was triangles, and every triangle had a number. So if you colored the triangle, the number in the triangle, and you did it, it would make a picture. That was so cool because it made a picture of a butterfly. It was awesome. So there we go. We've got 7 at the top and 4 down the side. So we have 7 times 4. We already know it's 28 because we're faster than that. All right, good job. Let's go to the back. Oh, you guys are doing great. Love it, I love it. Gotta be careful not to erase my helping table. Ah, skip count by 4s. Easy peasy. We've already done these. Skip count by 4s. We've got blank, blank, 12. By 4s, no problem. Blank, blank, 12. So my first number is 4. My second number is 8. Let's put those in. 4, 8, 12. Then I've got blank, blank, blank. 16, 20, 24. I'll let you fill those in. You fill the rest in. So this is a you do. All right. And then it says write the repeated addition equation. We got to figure another one of these out. So first we got to figure out how many spaces they jump. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so they jump 4 spaces. 4 spaces. 4 spaces. 4 spaces. 4 spaces. You finish that one. And you finish this one. And that is 4 times what? And you finish that one for me. Okay? Great. Now I've got an array again, so let's count. I've got 4 up the top, 2 on the bottom, so I've got 4 times 2. Look on my chart. There it is. Where'd it go? Oh, I made it a 3. 4 times 2 is 8. Okay, and you're going to do the same with this, and it's 4, so keep you a little hint. You're going to finish this one. You're going to finish this one. Down at the bottom, we're doing a related multiplication fact. This is commutative. Here it is. 4 times 3 is what? Right here, 12. What else is 12? 3 times 4 is 12. Okay? I want you to do 7. I want you to do 8. Don't take any time at all because you've got your helping table right here. Okay? Then we're doing down at the bottom, and it's asking you to review the months, number the months of the year in order. And let's say the months of the year together. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. Okay, so January is 1. January, February, what is going to be 2? February, February, there it is, 2. January, February, March. March is 3. Got 2 M-A-R. March ends with a ch. There it is. 3. Finish that up for me. Give yourself a pat on the back, because now you're finished with 2 days of math really fast. Good job. I'm proud of all of you. I wish you a great day. Bye-bye.